So last night, the WBC Championship game happened, and the U.S. lost once again in the finals. But because of that, as promised, we did get a late night drop on the East Coast for the WBC Championship and the collection card for the MVP, Michael Garcia. So let's take a look at that, how to do it very quickly, and all the stuff that you can kind of get with it in this video. So that being said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and yeah, let's just get into it and see what they dropped last night. Okay, so looking at this thing right here, see the MVP is Michael Garcia, and he is now the new collection, and there's 8 players including him. Some other stuff here as well. Again, a lot of stuff happening tomorrow, Thursday. Live show at 11, spring breakout, the US maps, and the budding youth event alongside multiplayer drop 2 missions. Now, for the record for this, I want to state this if I can find it. I can't find anything. Oh, it's right there. I do want to stress that this thing is not going away anytime soon. You got just over 3 weeks to do it. There's plenty of stuff here. I haven't even touched it yet, and we're doing pretty well here because the event and stuff. So there's plenty of stuff you can kind of just do if you're just kind of just waiting for events, to be honest with you. So if you're doing that, you'll be perfectly fine. So if you're kind of just waiting, it's cool. There's some DR missions and stuff if you're into that kind of thing. So it gives you a chance to play around. And like I said, this isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And from what people have said, this is really easy to complete just by doing and playing. So I don't think it'll be this rambunctious sort of thing like it normally is, but take that for what it's worth. So let's take a look at the new event. Now, the trick to this event is if you go down here and you finish all of the pool play stuff, you can collect all 5 and the mini season. You get 10 points per card, meaning you'll be halfway done before you even start. Now, if you did all that, here's the best thing. You can just do all these moments right here and be done. That is what I did. So I didn't have to deal with any of these missions. I mean, I got some of them already because I was in the middle of stuff, but I didn't have to touch the mission. So I suggest you just do that. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. So going down the list here, we got some relievers, which is very, very helpful here. We got Greg Weisert, sinker, fastball, sweeper, circle change, and a slider for good old Greg. A lot of Italy players. I opened my pack just now, and they were all Italy. So, Paisan, we're hanging out with the boys today. The Team Italy is growing by accidents. Not that I'm complaining, but it is funny. So he's the first one here. The next one here is good old Jeter Downs from Nicaragua. 84-80 versus right, 72-72 versus left. Decent enough fielding as a second baseman here. I wouldn't really claim anywhere else, but decent enough for you here as well. The uniforms, the last 2, I believe. Angels legend Sam Altaguiri here, another Italiano, my homeland here. Fastball, circle change, slurve, and a slider. 86. This will help with Angels team affinity, which I'm excited for at this point because that's the biggest thing I'm going to be working on here. Next up is Alec Thomas with the D-backs. 85-72, 75-66. Very good defense out there in center field, who probably be in center field for some of you guys. Decent speed as well. Pretty good card there, I would say. Daryl Hernandez, I think. Hernandez? I really don't know how to butcher that. I apologize. 80-81 versus right, 84-65 versus left, 80 speed. Okay-ish defense here for a, what is he? He is a shortstop. Not too bad there. Goes to the left very, very well. Forward as well, backwards. Okay, right. Not so much. Next up here is Angel Zerpia. Slider, sinker, slider, four-seam, and a circle change. Pretty good per 9s as well. He'll probably be fitting to a lot of bullpens here early on. A premier pack, which was 3. My 3 guys here were good old Michael Lorenzen. It was all the Italian guys, so Michael Lorenzen and Dante Norte. So, hey, I got a mid-round and a base round. I didn't get the high round. Yoni Suarez is, of course, the prize of this here. 84-106, 65-108 for the third base with no secondaries. Pretty obvious why he got one. Bo Gun Moon here hit a grand slam. 92-82, 90-78. First base, third baseman. King Ford here, I suppose. 90-78, 82-72 for Henry Ford, the Nationals' new catcher. He was a Michael Lorenzen, who again I pulled, circle change, sinker, 4-seam cutter, and a sweeper. Okay, per 9s here as well. So could be a little bit worse, but again, not too bad. Clay Holmes here as well. Sinker, sweeper, circle change, slider, and a cutter. Clay Holmes, his stuff is again kind of okay-ish. Handles lefties a little bit better than righties, but it's all around the same thing here. Nate Eaton, Red Sox, second baseman, 84, 65, 78, 75. Good speed. Okay on the steal. Arm accuracy is pretty good. Can come in really well. He is a center fielder, so he could fit, I guess, out there. I'm not really sure. Stuart Fairchild, Guardians center fielder, 62, 70, 80, 78. Good speed. Decent steal. Representing Chinese Taipei. Next up is Harrison Cohen, another pitcher, lever, cutter, circle change, 4-seam, and a slider. Hit per 9s are pretty good for an 85. He's cheap. He might be a cheap-ish option to help you guys out if you need some more help in the bullpen, like I think a lot of us do. Sam Antonetti is the next guy up, 101, 70, 68, 46 versus left. Decent speed, can steal a lot. He's a second baseman, can play all the infield spots, and pretty good in every direction. So he might be, again, another sneaky-ish guy if you're sort of looking for a new second baseman. Dante Norte, again, pulled every Italian here. 73, 67, 90, 42, and then 88 speed with 99 steals. So he's a sneaky boy. He's a sneaky lad. He could sneak some stuff up here. And next up is Niger Victor, the last one here. Slider, 4-seam, cutter, and a circle change. An Angel as well. He struck out some dudes here. So the Angels got a lot of guys here. 94, 97, 100, 102 per 9s. Cheap as well if you need another bullpen arm. So those were that. And the last two guys here, we talked about more Angels. How about Lucas Ramirez, another Angel? 86, 80, 82, 76. He hit 2 home runs against the U.S. Speed 68 with skill first base or right field, with you can play all the other outfield spots as well. And finally, the last card here, he looked like an ace tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez, cutter, 4-seam, circle change, sinker, and a curveball. Per 9s are pretty good. He is a free 89 and will probably be in a lot of people's rotations. So that's that. That is that program right there. Now let's talk about the updated collection here as well. I've only locked in a handful of cards. I haven't really done a bunch of them. I'm of the mindset of not selling everything pinned to the ground. Reason being for that, and this is just my this isn't a shot at anybody, but this is just my 2 cents, is when people tell you to do that, I think when other creators tell you to do this, I think the biggest thing that they talk about, like, oh, live series should be the biggest thing. I'm not the proponent of live series first. My rationale for live series first is, when are those cards going to get quote unquote replaced? Probably latter half of the year. We don't really get 99s until what, June-ish, June, July, August, somewhere late summer, early fall. So up until that point, and the way things are, if you're really hankering to do that, I would say just continue to do the World Baseball Classic mini season. It's 7 games, you get a 10 bundle. Knock out some other stuff that gives you packs and stuff. And here's the biggest thing, and this is just the way my brain works. I'm not one of these guys, even with cards around me like other TCGs. You can't see my shelf. I have like boxes of shit. When it comes to trading cards and cards in general, I'm not one to buy and flip. I genuinely don't do that in real life, virtual, because I'd rather have a copy. But if I pull a second one, guess what? That one's fair game. If I don't need it, hey, we're going to flip it for something I do need. So that's always been my mindset. And two, they talk about like bigger collections. Sometimes you need that. But if you are one of those guys who's like, hey, I just want to sell everything, then go ahead and sell everything. But keep in mind that a lot of times they do with the intent of like, hey, I'm going to buy it back later, which you totally can do. Totally fine. I just want to put it out there because sometimes that does get lost in the show. Now, going back to this, I think somebody said you can miss 2 cards. So this is a kind of a slightly expensive collection, but there could be more packs coming. And you see here, just so we know, I have 69 cards, nice, that I can collect. Alongside, I think I don't know if it tells me. I locked the 13. So I have almost 80. I had 82 cards. So if I were to lock, and I'm not quite sure how I want to do this, because some of these cards here too, because it's like 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. I'd be at 86 just beneath him, beneath Vinny. So then it becomes a thing of, well, where are we going to get the rest of these? So I'm personally in a holding pattern for this, just because I kind of want to see how things go and how the multiplayer stuff plays out in the world. See if we even get to World Series and how things shake up and where if they are going to give out more packs or not. Because that was the last program. So we'll sort of see how things play out if there are like gold packs and stuff coming. So we'll sort of see. But taking a look here at the Miguel Garcia here. Here we go. I got to turn my face off again. 98 contact overall, 71 power overall, 82 fielding overall, 96 and 109 contact right and left. Power stays the same, 71. Stealing and speed are 70. Forwards 100 is max coming in for him at third base. Decent fielding all around. He is 94, and that was shocking to some people that there were 94s already. I think this has to do with because he's a collection card. I don't necessarily, because this was a 92, so you know it's going to be higher. So we'll see. I guess they're assuming people are going to take too long. He is one of the highest overalls in the game at the moment, in terms of that, because all these guys are 88. So, and clearly there's a voucher. So we'll see what happens here. He's probably going to be a voucher, or they could be nice and not do it, but usually it is the last card. We'll kind of see. It is 142 cards. There is a lot of cards, so we'll see how that kind of plays itself out here. So just keep that in mind as you're going along here. But we'll kind of see. And yeah, that is the new stuff. The second one they dropped earlier. Yeah, or well, earlier today if you're on the East Coast, last night for me. And that's kind of everything. Again, a lot of stuff coming out tomorrow. So today, if you're grinding, it's just more World Baseball Classic, getting more packs to kind of get yourself more progress towards that kind of stuff. And finishing up whatever you have. If you just got the game, this is going to feel like a lot for you, but it's one of those things too where it's like, if you work diligently, like the best thing we've been kind of hampering across the board here is do the pool stuff, do the starter stuff, because these four right here, the A, B, C, and D, and mini seasons lead into this program and make it a heck of a lot easier. So knock that stuff out, then come back to do the recap stuff, because that'll set you up to do it maybe an hour or so. That's all the stuff we have up to this point. Again, tomorrow at noon there'll be more stuff going on. They're doing a live stream on a Thursday and dropping it all on a Thursday, so you have a little bit more time. Hopefully drops will be on so we can get a little bit more packs, water tickets, get that stuff. If you're looking to make stubs right now, I think the best thing is still to do the World Baseball Classic and just rip packs. It seems like as of now, Diamond Quest is becoming more popular. None of the cards have really scaled in pricing. I don't know if that's because right now the things are easy or what, but they haven't really scaled, and there is a little bit more risk reward to that, because you could just lose. Things could happen. A game could game, and you get left kind of with nothing. But if you are wanting to do it, by all means do it. It is a great way to kind of get more stuff. There's some cards in there that are going to be useful for collection, so keep that in mind. But we'll kind of see. There might be a new one tomorrow with some prospect stuff, so keep all that in mind as you go about your grinding today and in tomorrow. So that being said, my name is Specs, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.